Well everyone, today we've got some pretty important questions answered by the Senior VP of AMD himself, so stay tuned. Welcome back to GamerMeld. I know I've been talking Vega a good bit, but it's definitely the big news many of you seem to be really interested in at the moment. For those who aren't, don't worry, there's definitely tons of different news and reviews coming your way. Plus, I'll be adding more news segments soon. I'm just still getting over some lovely strep throat, which explains my messed up voice right now, so I do apologize for that. Either way, on to today's segment. Raja, AMD's Senior VP and Chief Architect, was gracious enough to hold an AMA over at the AMD Reddit yesterday concerning their announcement of the Pro Vega card. If you want to learn more about that card, check out the video I did yesterday. I have a link right up here. On the AMA, he was understandably vague in many of his answers, but he did shed some light on at least a few burning questions. So let's go over some of those key answers he gave. First was the answer to my question presented in the video I posted yesterday morning. No, he didn't answer me directly, but it answered the question. He specifically stated that the card used in the game demos was the Pro card. Now, that's somewhat a good thing and a possible bad thing. Let me explain. It's a good thing because also, according to Raja, he stated the RX card will be faster as well as better optimized for games, so we'll certainly see higher performance out of it than the card that was on display during the demo. The bad thing leads to the question of why they didn't use the RX card in the demo. Possibly because it was just to do a quick demonstration and their main focus was the Pro card, but I don't know. They had to know plenty of consumers and enthusiasts were watching, and if the card was ready, you'd think they'd show the benchmarks with the best they have. This obviously leads us to some wondering if the card still isn't ready yet. Now, with that said, fret not, as it has been 100% confirmed RX Vega will be officially announced at Computex. It's not surprising, but some were getting a little worried with them not really saying a peep at their financial day. So for anyone wondering if you should wait, I'd say yes, just because the 31st is right around the corner, and if you don't like the performance or the release date, you'll at least be in a better position to make an informed decision. Unfortunately, he didn't really go into much details on the actual release, but he did say it won't be on store shelves that week, meaning the week of Computex. This could be an indicator of it not being too far off, as he probably would have said something like that month, but really, I don't want to look too deep into this. Another thing that some were concerned about were the connectors, as the one Raja showed off had a single 8-pin and single 6-pin connector, yet renders showed the card with dual 8-pin connectors. He apparently grabbed an engineering board that wasn't designed with dual 8-pin connectors, but the final product will be dual 8-pin to, quote, give Frontier users extra headroom. This actually gave some people fear their consumer cards will be really power hungry, but I wouldn't take that much from it because you have to remember that professional cards are designed to do quite a bit more, which is why they're also a heftier price. One interesting thing I took away from the AMA was his discussion on the Infinity Fabric. While he stated a dual GPU with the Infinity Fabric hasn't been announced, it is possible. This, at least to me, has the potential of being one of, if not the most groundbreaking pieces of information there. Imagine the ability to combine GPUs without the limitations of SLI or Crossfire. The OS would read it as an individual GPU just as it does with Ryzen. Now, I'd like to think we would have heard of this by now, or at least seen the Pro card with it if it was going to happen this generation, so don't get your hopes up too high, but the possibilities would be incredible if it did happen one day. When it does come to Vega's performance, I ultimately think the real indicator of what to expect comes from the goal AMD keeps mentioning, which is playing AAA games at 4K and 60 frames per second. So I certainly wouldn't expect any kind of mind-shattering performance, especially since we know where the chips are coming from, the fabrication method they're using, etc. I just don't want people to get too excited just to be let down, but the fact that the Infinity Fabric is on the table does make the future prospect for AMD quite exciting. And lastly, not only was the card used in the gaming test not as powerful or optimized gaming-wise as the RX version, but it was also the air-cooled card, which means if there's a water-cooled RX version, we could be seeing even higher performance still. So while Vega more than likely isn't positioned to break any records, it's certainly set to be a very competitive and powerful contender in the future GPU race. So what did you think of the AMA? Did he answer some really great questions? Are you excited for the prospect of Vega? Let me know in the comments below. That does it for now. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe by clicking on the round icon in the middle. You can check out the most recent video and suggest a video to the left. Thanks so much for coming, and as always, have a great day.